Waza. This is going to be a quick video focusing on just the editor and running the TAE to a cabinet, using it as an attenuator. And I'm going to show you some of the weird things that I've learned about this thing today. I have to say, this didn't all come too intuitively to me like it has to some of you. And I have a lot of experience with Anax effects and Kempers and all that stuff, but man, Boss does some things quite strange and their manual isn't great. So anyways, I've got two microphones in the room. One is miking the cab. You can't really see the mic. You can see it. It's an SM57, and I've got a cheap Studio Projects B1 condenser mic to capture my vocals. If the sound's not great, it's because there's no post editing in my DAW. I'm not even recording to DAW. I'm doing everything as a live capture into Apple QuickTime on my Mac. So I'm doing a screen capture in QuickTime, which is pointing to my sound card, which has the microphones connected to it. So that's what you're hearing. You're seeing my webcam. It's a Logitech 1080p HD webcam on my iMac, which has a bit of a wider angle than the built-in camera. It's also a better quality camera. So you can see my screen. Here we go. I'm still no expert. This is just to help you guys out that are either thinking of buying the TAE, that want to see how it works as an attenuator, etc., etc. I don't have the TAE optional foot switch, so I won't be talking about the foot switch at all. I'm not gigging. I don't plan on bringing this thing anywhere, to be honest. I don't think it's ever going to leave my studio. So my usage will be different than some of you guys. A lot of you guys playing bands and are jamming. I just jam with bands, or my friends, you know, like garage band kind of thing. So when we do, I just bring this amp and cab. I keep it in 5-watt mode. By the way, for those of you who know this amp, it's a Marshall Studio Vintage SV20 20-watt plexi reissue. It's got 5-watt mode or 20-watt mode. I'm in 5-watt mode for this video. 5-watt mode's fine. Actually, wait, I'm in 20-watt mode. Sorry, take that back. I'm in 20-watt mode. Might as well use the full juice. Actually, it'll be a better example of the attenuation capabilities of this unit as well. Got a custom shop R9 Bourbon Burst VOS Les Paul. Thing of beauty. Stock pickups. So here we go. So I've turned everything off in this rig, okay? And what we can do is we're going to start by just going through the reactive load settings. For simplicity's sake, I've got both channels at noon, okay? Which is insanely loud at 20-watt mode in real life. I would not be able to sit here at that volume. Crazy loud, okay? So here we go. Here's how it sounds. No effects on whatsoever, just attenuating right now. The speaker out is pointing at 9 o'clock. So there we go. So here's what I was having problems figuring out. The compressor, you will notice, has the panel button assign enabled. That's what I was stupidly did not notice earlier on today. Mind you, I only got the unit 2 days ago. In my defense, I've only had it for a couple days, so sometimes I don't even see the things that are right in front of me. And this was key, because this, depending on whether this is enabled or disabled, will dictate if the effects button turns it on or off. So for example, if it's enabled, I'm basically telling the editor or telling the TAE that that's connected to the effects button. Okay, so the manual states that the effects button only works with the compressor and delay, but I think it's also the speaker and EQ as well. So you'll notice that's enabled. Reverb does not have that option. Why did they not include that option? How is reverb not in effects? Last time I checked, reverb, delay, they're all effects. Compression's an effect, EQ, everything's an effect. Anyways, whatever. I don't know. So basically, you either turn the reverb on or off and write to save the patch. Okay? So for those of you that don't even use the editor, you don't know what's going on, here's how it works. Right now, everything's turned off, okay? But I'm going to, anywhere where there's an option to enable the panel button assign, which is this button, these buttons here, I'm going to enable it, okay? So compressor's enabled, delay is enabled, there's no option for reverb, the speaker EQ is enabled. Notice that here it's SP EQ, but here it says solo EQ. So go figure. I don't get it. But see, when I press the button, guess what? It controls it. Now if I disable that, it only affects the line EQ. Okay? And there's also this link. If you turn this link on and enable this, it turns both the line EQ and speaker EQ. But I don't want to confuse you guys. We're not talking about the line out and the speaker sim. Okay? So I'm going to turn off the link, but I'm going to leave the panel button assign enabled. Okay? And now I'm going to, you have to write the changes to save for the box to remember this. And that's key, because some of you might be making changes and you're getting all flustered and you're like freaking out like me, like I was, and oh my God, it's not working. But sometimes you might just be forgetting to write your changes, which is very important. So now it's pretty dry, no effects, only the attenuation is on. I know the attenuation is on because I can turn my speaker out all the way off. You don't hear a thing, and keep turning it up. Okay? So let's see what happens when I hit the effects on. There we go. It turned on the compressor and delay. And so yeah, so the speaker EQ, you actually have to press that button to turn that on or off. To me, it makes sense that, I don't know, like, the effects should have turned off anything with the option to have the panel button assigned, but whatever. They consider compression and delay an effect and not reverb. Stupidest thing. Sorry, I just dropped my pick. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. So anyways, let's just focus on making changes, okay, and saving them and whatnot. So let's say I really like this. Let's say I'm in the delay, it's on, I've got it enabled here, the panel button assigned, same for compressor. Okay, I like my settings, and this one will say it's turned off for now. Let's say I'm happy with that. Beautiful. I'm just gonna write to rig number 5. You can call it whatever you want, and write. Okay, so now if I go to rig number 4, so these 4 rigs here are all set up the same because they're remnants from the last video I made of the 5IR shootout. I loaded 4 different IRs and rig number 4. Anyways, that's another video. You can go check it out on my channel. So here we're in rig number 4. If I go to rig number 3, no change in sound because all the effects are turned off. The line in the sim doesn't matter. We're not using that right now. All we're doing is using this signal path here. This is your cabinet right here. Notice the difference? Turn it on. So that's the speaker EQ. And I believe they call it solo because you can use it as a solo boost. So which would be your level here. So if I want to crank it to like 6, I mean there's a big difference. So, you know, I could write that. Let's save the changes to rig number 3. Turn this off. Turns it off. So if I had a foot switch, it'd be the same thing. I would just press the solo button. It would be just like pressing this, turning it on. So this is why I do love this unit and am finding it quite powerful, because not only do you have a built-in EQ and solo boost, but you've also got these effects, which is pretty cool. So I haven't even learned how to use the live sets yet. I'm not even there yet. And here's your system is basically I'm not even going to go over it because I haven't even spent any time in here. Obviously MIDI settings, you know, this is where you're going to configure everything. I'm a little curious about the global EQ. I guess you can set it once here for everything. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm still learning this. This was really to show you guys. So let's go back to the cabinet and the resonance settings. So we're back at rig number 4. I'll turn the delay off. I'm going to save that. All right. So I'll turn down the volumes down a little bit. So right now the reactive load settings are both set to low. I was turning down my volume to see if we can notice the changes in the resonance a little more if it's not so high gainy. So this is, so it's low. So the resonance is now on low medium. High mid, I guess. High. Going back to high mid. Low mid. Low. So I find it just kind of, the higher you go up, I'll be honest, I have a hard time noticing the difference. It's possible because my many years of DJing have made me a little hard of hearing, but I don't notice a big difference like in those settings. So presence low, Low mid. High mid. And high. I don't know. I've been keeping them both around here. High mid. So in high gain, I'll flip them both to low. Let's go to high, both high. So I'm hearing some more high end there. So basically, yeah, like I'm hearing more of the lower frequencies in the resonance. And basically, I guess the presence similar to the presence on an amp. I'm hearing more higher frequencies as I turn it up. It's not really noticeable that much. I mean, anyway, so you basically just tweak those, like... I like the way the amp sounds. Like... even if they were both on low... Oh, my guitar's out of tune. Back in business. So, let's say the reverb's on. I can use this to crank it. See the global go up? So that controls that. You've got your rigs right here. You can save your changes here. This is your tab out. And I mean, for today's demonstration, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of what I'm forgetting. This has an effects loop. I'm still experimenting with it. Everything else, the principles are the same. You either enable it and write, or just control it from here. Same deal. You can put whatever you want, modulation, reverb, delay, whatever. I've been struggling getting my sound levels high enough, whether it's series or parallel. I was having some challenges, so I need to revisit that. For now, if I want to use my own effect, this is my trusty Earthquaker Devices Dispatch Master Combo Delay Reverb. I like using this for my delay and reverb, and I just put this in the loop of my amp for now. So, but anyways, as an attenuator, I'm absolutely in love with this thing. This is the first time in my house where I live. I live in a semi-detached, so I've got neighbors. This is the first time that I can play this and get the tones that I want. And I've owned all the other attenuators: Oxbox, Freya Power Station, Raw Crusher, and the Dr. Z Air Brake Light. And this is definitely my favorite attenuator in terms of the feel, sound, no tone suck. It's just great. So yeah, this would be insanely loud right now, like crazy loud. Yeah, man, I'm loving it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I've already done a video to show people about, you know, people are concerned that when you switch rigs, it changes the sound. I also, when I first got the box, I thought the same thing until I understood that I have to, you know, disable everything if that's what you want to do, and you only want to use this for attenuation. Just disable everything, but where you have the option, have the panel button enabled so that you can just turn the delay on or off if you want it. To me, that makes sense. But right now, so forget what you see here. It doesn't matter what's here if you're only playing through a cabinet. It does not matter if this is on or off. It makes no difference, as you can hear it. Right? Nothing. Same as a sim. Because it's not in the signal chain. All you care about is this and the speaker level. Okay? And if you just click on any number, this thing comes up and you can just put in the exact number or go by increments. So so I'm going to save that. Right to rig 4, or wait, sorry, I was on 5. So I guess I'll save that. And boom, done. So just to show you guys, I'll turn this off. I'll turn it back on. It's gonna ask me where's my device. I'll click OK. It's gonna connect. I'll turn this guy back on. And there we go. So interesting. It turned back on rig 3. So if I go to 5, yep, the compression and delay is saved just as I saved it, and the speaker level's at 100. So getting back to the attenuation, we're in 20 watt mode. I mean, if I dime them, okay. That's everything. Let's look at the jumper. That's a Plexion 20. Yeah, good times. Trying to remember what Angus's settings are. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Hit subscribe. It'll help me out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my channel. That's not why I do it. It's not, but it'd be nice to get a couple bucks from YouTube one day so I can buy more gear and make more videos. So if you have any more questions, if you want to see a specific video on the TAE, just let me know. Okay, stay safe, guys.